So this is another example of The Rock just playing the same character that he's played for the past like 15 years. Just The Rock. Here is some pictures of Black Adam in the comics. You see, he's got these kind of elf ears and this really prominent hair situation going on here. Let's see, same thing here with the hair. You can't really see the ears there. There's a cool picture. That is Black Adam in the comics. That's what it's been for a while. And this is just The Rock. And I mean, that's for Black Adam. But I mean, you can tell if you compare it to what you're seeing in the movies that it's just The Rock in like a black shirt. So that's about all it is. Just another Rock movie. So we're gonna get into details on it. So there's probably gonna be some spoilers ahead. Just a warning on that. So yeah, this takes place in a city that's kind of like Cairo in Egypt, and we start out in ancient times with the origin of Black Adam, and he appears and thousands of years ago just disappears. So he's gone until this lady who is maybe an archaeologist ends up stumbling upon this area where he's buried. I don't know why no one else was able to in all this time, but this lady and two of her family members or friends were able to just kind of stumble upon it one day. So they find it, and she unlocks Black Adam from his slumber or his crypt, his grave, and he comes alive, and she is getting attacked by these terrorists or these people who are trying to mine this material, and they're trying to find it. Anyway, so she's getting captured by them, and Black Adam shows up and saves her from them. There's a lot of twists in this movie, and not necessarily for good reason. It's just it doesn't really serve the movie very well. It's just kind of they tried to stuff stuff in. It's like this happens, and then this happens, and then this happens. Like we're underwater, and then we show up in hell, and then there's like skeletons that are facing off against regular citizens. It's all over the place. I will say, he's just playing the same part, but I mean I liked The Rock, Dwayne Johnson in it. He was good. I also liked Hawkman, and they had a good dynamic with Hawkman and Atom Smasher. That was pretty funny. Also Pierce Brosnan was good. There was a lot of good acting in it. It was just kind of your generic comic book movie at this point. And I don't know if we look at the numbers here, literally the numbers, it looks like through Friday, it has 26.8. So if we can go by 2.5, probably looking about 60-70 million for this movie for the entire weekend, which I think is going to be, let me see, Jumanji, just kind of seeing how much a typical Rock movie would make, and I think it's going to be right about that. So the first one made about 60, or I'm sorry, the second one made about 60. And the other one with The Rock was 36 and 50. Okay. So yeah, it's a pretty good, that would be a pretty good weekend premiere for a Rock movie. But also the last DC movie was the Batman, and I think that was probably twice as much. Let me see. Weekend box up, 134 to what do we say, like 70. So it's about half as much as the Batman movie is making. I don't think this movie is necessary, and if you know about the post-credit scene It's absolutely not necessary. You could completely miss this movie, and if you know about the post-credit scene, you're good. I don't think there's anything that's really added to it. It's really unnecessary, the entire movie, besides the post-credit scene. And speaking of, not really necessary, there's this blonde lady that shows up at this underwater prison, and apparently she's from the Peacemaker show on HBO Max. So I'm sure the 5,000 people that watched that show were pretty excited by that. But for the rest of the general population, that's where she came from. She kind of shows up and it's like, oh, everybody knows her, but nobody really knows her because she's from an HBO Max show. And I don't think we're ever going to get a Superman versus Black Adam movie. I don't think there's going to be another Henry Cavill as Superman movie. I'd like to see that, but I don't think it's going to happen. I'm not sure what Warner Brothers is doing. I don't know what their plan is, but that's okay because I'm sure they don't have a plan either. So as much as cool as it was to see Superman facing off, literally just facing off with Black Adam, I don't think that movie's going to happen, especially if it's only making 60 million, 70 million on the first weekend. It's probably not going to make too much money. This movie's good. It's fine. The last superhero movie I saw was Thor: Love and Thunder, and Black Adam makes that one look like a masterpiece. But in total, it's just fine. It's a good superhero movie. It's not really doing anything amazing. Had some good effects, and again some of the characters were good, but it's fine. I give it a 3 out of 5. And if it were to make 3 times that amount, $27, it could make like 80. So I think you're probably looking in that 60 to 80 range for the movie.